Growth isn't something that just happens, it's a choice, a decision to leave behind the comfort of the familiar and step boldly into the unknown. The question is, are you ready to stop surviving and start thriving? Pain has a way of cutting deep, leaving marks on our hearts and minds that feel impossible to erase. It is an unwelcome visitor, arriving in moments when we least expect it, delivered often by the people or situations we trusted the most. But pain, as difficult as it is, carries with it an undeniable truth. It is a teacher. It forces us to face the uncomfortable realities of life and ourselves, teaching us lessons we might not have learned otherwise. When you're in the thick of it, pain can feel overwhelming. It clouds your vision, makes you question everything you thought you knew, and often leaves you standing in the wreckage of what used to be. But in that wreckage lies a quiet opportunity for growth. Pain does not come without purpose, even though it rarely announces its reasons. It strips away illusions, exposing the bare truth of who we are, who others are, and what truly matters. It challenges us to examine our lives, our relationships, and our choices. And in that examination, we start to uncover lessons that can shape the person we're meant to become. Pain is relentless in its teaching. It doesn't allow us to ignore what needs to change. If you've been hurt by someone, it might be the wake-up call to reevaluate that relationship. If you've been let down by life, it might be the moment that pushes you to realign your goals and refocus your energy. Pain pushes us out of complacency, out of comfort zones we've stayed in too long, and into the territory of transformation. It forces us to ask the hard questions: what am I holding on to that's hurting me? Why did I allow this to happen? What do I need to do differently moving forward? The answers don't always come easily, but they carry the seeds of growth. Pain also reveals the strength we didn't know we had. It breaks us down, yes, but it also builds us up in ways we couldn't imagine. Think back to a time when you endured something you thought you'd never survive. At that moment, it felt unbearable. But somehow you kept going. You woke up the next day, and the day after that. Slowly but surely, you started to heal. And now, when you look back, you realize that the pain you thought would destroy you actually made you stronger. It showed you resilience you didn't know existed within you. It taught you that you can endure, that you can rise, and that no storm lasts forever. Pain doesn't just teach us about ourselves, it also teaches us about others. When someone hurts you, it exposes who they truly are. It reveals their character, their priorities, and their capacity to care. It's not easy to accept that someone you trusted could betray you or let you down, but pain removes the veil of illusion. It forces you to see people as they are, not as you want them to be. This clarity can be painful, but it is necessary. It helps you make better choices moving forward, protecting your heart and your peace. Pain also teaches us empathy. Once you've walked through the fire, you understand what it feels like to be burned. You gain a deeper compassion for others who are going through their own struggles. That understanding becomes a gift, allowing you to connect with others in a way you couldn't before. You begin to see that pain is universal. Everyone faces it in some form. And because you've been there, you can offer support, encouragement, and hope to others who are still in the midst of their pain. Another lesson pain teaches is the importance of letting go. Holding on to hurt, resentment, or anger only prolongs your suffering. It ties you to the very thing that caused your pain, keeping you in a cycle of negativity. Pain demands that you release what no longer serves you. It asks you to forgive, not for the benefit of those who hurt you, but for yourself. Forgiveness is the key that unlocks the chains of pain, freeing you to move forward. It doesn't mean you forget or excuse what happened, but it allows you to reclaim your power and your peace. Through pain, we learn the value of joy and gratitude. It's often in the aftermath of our darkest moments that we begin to truly appreciate the light. Pain makes us more mindful of the good things in our lives, the people who genuinely care about us, the small moments of happiness, and the beauty that exists even in the midst of hardship. It reminds us not to take anything for granted, because we've seen how quickly things can change. In this way, pain deepens our appreciation for life. Pain is not just a teacher, it is a guide. It points us toward the areas of our lives that need attention, healing, and growth. It's not easy to embrace pain or to see it as something valuable when you're in the middle of it. But as time passes and the lessons become clear, you realize that pain didn't come to destroy you, it came to shape you. It came to prepare you for the next chapter of your life, equipping you with the wisdom, strength, and resilience you'll need to face whatever comes next. Pain is a hard teacher, but it is one of life's most effective ones. Forgiveness is a concept that challenges the human heart like no other. It is often misunderstood, as if forgiving someone means excusing their actions or allowing them to repeat their behavior. But true forgiveness is much deeper, much stronger, and far more freeing than that. Forgiveness is not about them, it's about you. It's about releasing yourself from the weight of resentment and bitterness that can consume you if left unchecked. It's about saying, I will not let what you did to me control my life any longer. But while forgiveness sets you free, it doesn't mean you ignore the lessons that pain has taught you. It means you forgive, but you also set boundaries. Forgiving someone doesn't erase the harm they caused or diminish the pain you endured. It doesn't mean you suddenly trust them again or give them unrestricted access to your life. Forgiveness is a decision, a choice to let go of the hold that anger and resentment have over you. It's acknowledging what happened, accepting it, and choosing to move forward without carrying the burden of bitterness. But that decision must be accompanied by wisdom. Forgiveness without boundaries leaves you vulnerable to being hurt in the same way again. It's like leaving a door unlocked after someone has already broken in. Boundaries are the safeguard for your peace, your heart, and your well-being. When someone has hurt you, boundaries ensure that you're no longer putting yourself in a position to be harmed. It's not about revenge or punishment, it's about protection. It's about recognizing that your mental and emotional health matters, and you have a responsibility to guard it. Forgiveness doesn't mean giving someone the green light to repeat their behavior. It means saying, I've forgiven you, but I won't allow you to have the same place in my life. There's a misconception that setting boundaries is selfish or unkind, but the truth is, boundaries are an act of love for yourself and even for the other person. When you set boundaries, you're being honest about what you can and cannot accept. You're communicating clearly that while you may have forgiven, you've also learned. And learning is essential because pain without growth is wasted. If you forgive without boundaries, you risk falling into the same cycle of hurt, which helps neither you nor the person who wronged you. Sometimes forgiveness means loving someone from a distance. Not everyone is meant to stay in your life, and that's okay. Forgiveness doesn't require reconciliation. There are people who, despite your forgiveness, will continue to exhibit the same harmful behaviors. In those cases, the most loving thing you can do for yourself is to create space. You can wish them well, pray for them, and hope for their growth, but you don't have to let them back into your world. Your life is sacred ground, and not everyone deserves a place in it. Forgiveness with boundaries also means acknowledging your own role in maintaining your peace. It's not about controlling others, it's about controlling your response to them. If someone repeatedly violates your trust or crosses your boundaries, it's your responsibility to enforce those limits. Forgiveness doesn't mean tolerating disrespect or abuse. It means freeing yourself from the emotional toll of their actions while ensuring they no longer have the power to harm you. It's also important to remember that forgiveness is a process, not a one-time event. You may choose to forgive someone, but the hurt doesn't magically disappear overnight. There will be moments when the pain resurfaces, and in those moments you have to remind yourself why you chose forgiveness in the first place. It's a daily decision to let go, to release, and to protect your peace. Boundaries help you stay committed to that decision because they create the structure you need to move forward. Forgiving with boundaries doesn't make you weak, it makes you wise. It shows that you value yourself enough to demand respect, even from those who may not have given it to you in the past. It shows that you've learned from your experiences and are committed to protecting your heart without hardening it. It's a delicate balance, remaining open enough to love and trust again, while being discerning enough to avoid unnecessary pain. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful gifts you can give yourself. It liberates you from the prison of anger and bitterness, allowing you to live freely and fully. But that gift is amplified when it's accompanied by the wisdom of boundaries. Forgive, but don't forget what the experience taught you. Forgive, but don't allow yourself to be a victim of the same behavior again. Forgive, but value yourself enough to know when it's time to walk away. You are not obligated to keep everyone in your life just because you've forgiven them. Forgiveness is about release, not reconciliation. It's about letting go of the pain they caused without giving them the power to cause it again. And when you forgive with boundaries, you honor yourself. You acknowledge that your heart, your peace, and your well-being are worth protecting. You recognize that forgiveness is not about giving others a free pass. It's about giving yourself the freedom to move forward without carrying the weight of the past. Forgive, not because they deserve it, but because you do. And then set boundaries, not because you're bitter, but because you've learned. You owe it to yourself to live a life of peace, joy, and fulfillment. Forgiveness opens the door to that life, and boundaries ensure you stay on the path. Knowing your worth is one of the most transformative realizations you can have in life. It's not just a simple statement or a motivational slogan. It's a deeply rooted understanding of your value, your uniqueness, and your significance in the world. Yet this awareness doesn't come easily. Too often people allow their sense of self-worth to be shaped by external factors, opinions, circumstances, and relationships instead of drawing it from within. But true self-worth is not dependent on what others think of you or how they treat you. It comes from an unshakable belief in yourself and the recognition of the value you bring to every situation you encounter. One of the first steps to understanding your worth is realizing that it's not defined by what you have or what you achieve. Society often measures value by material success, your job title, your bank account, or your social status. But these things are external and temporary. They don't define who you are. Your worth is intrinsic. It's in your ability to love, to inspire, to overcome, and to contribute to the lives of others. It's in the way you think, the way you dream, and the way you persist even in the face of adversity. Your worth is not something you earn, it's something you already possess, simply by being who you are. Recognizing your worth requires reflection and self-awareness. Too often, people get caught up in the habit of comparing themselves to others. They look at someone else's life and feel inadequate because they don't measure up. But comparison is a thief. It steals your joy, your confidence, and your sense of self. You are not meant to live someone else's life or follow their path. Your journey is uniquely yours, and your worth is not diminished because someone else is succeeding. It's important to stop measuring yourself against others and start celebrating what makes you different. Those differences are what make you valuable and irreplaceable. Knowing your worth also means setting boundaries. When you truly understand your value, you stop tolerating behavior that undermines or disrespects you. You learn to say no to things that drain your energy, waste your time, or compromise your self-respect. You realize that it's okay to walk away from situations or relationships that don't align with your worth. This doesn't make you selfish or unkind, it makes you wise. Setting boundaries is not about shutting people out, it's about protecting your peace and ensuring that the people in your life respect and honor you as you deserve. At the same time, knowing your worth challenges you to take responsibility for your life. It's not just about demanding respect from others, it's about respecting yourself. This means treating yourself with kindness, compassion, and care. It means speaking to yourself with love instead of criticism. Too many people are their own harshest critics, constantly tearing themselves down over mistakes or perceived flaws. But if you don't value yourself, how can you expect others to? Knowing your worth means being your own advocate, cheering yourself on even when no one else does. Another important aspect of understanding your worth is realizing that you don't have to prove it to anyone. You don't need to overextend yourself, chase validation, or constantly seek approval from others. Your worth is not dependent on how many people like you, how many accolades you receive, or how much you accomplish. It's rooted in who you are, not what you do. When you stop trying to prove your worth, you free yourself from the pressure to perform. You can focus on being authentic, living with purpose, and pursuing what truly matters to you. Life has a way of testing your understanding of your worth. There will be times when people underestimate you, mistreat you, or fail to see your value. These moments can be painful, but they are also opportunities to stand firm in your self-worth. You don't have to convince others of your value, you just have to know it for yourself. When you hold on to that inner confidence, you become unshakable. You realize that their opinion of you doesn't define you, and their inability to see your worth says more about them than it does about you. Knowing your worth also empowers you to dream bigger and aim higher. When you believe in your value, you stop settling for less than you deserve. You stop accepting mediocrity in your relationships, your career, and your personal goals. You start striving for what you truly want, knowing that you are capable and deserving of achieving it. This doesn't mean life will always be easy, but it does mean you'll approach challenges with a sense of confidence and determination that comes from knowing you are enough. Perhaps the most beautiful thing about understanding your worth is that it allows you to inspire others to see their own. When you carry yourself with confidence and self-respect, you set an example for those around you. You show them what it looks like to value yourself, and you encourage them to do the same. In this way, knowing your worth isn't just about you, it's about creating a ripple effect of empowerment and positivity in the lives of others. It's about contributing to a world where everyone recognizes and embraces their value. There's a profound power in limiting access to your life. It's not about shutting people out or building walls to keep the world at bay. It's about being selective and intentional about who you let into your inner circle. Your life is precious, and your energy, time, and peace are invaluable resources that deserve to be protected. Not everyone deserves to know your dreams, your struggles, your plans, or your personal life. When you allow unrestricted access, you risk exposing yourself to negativity, unnecessary drama, and people who may not have your best interests at heart. Limiting access starts with recognizing that your life is not an open book for everyone to read. In today's world, with social media and constant connectivity, it's easy to feel pressured to share every detail of your life. People post their successes, their failures, their thoughts, and their feelings for everyone to see, often without considering the consequences. But not everyone who watches or listens to your story is rooting for you. Some people may use the information you share against you, intentionally or unintentionally. By keeping parts of your life private, you maintain control over what others know and how they perceive you. When you limit access, you create boundaries that protect your energy. Not everyone who enters your life has pure intentions. Some people are there out of curiosity, others out of envy, and some out of convenience. They may take from you your time, your emotional energy, or your resources without giving anything back. These are the people who leave you feeling drained after every interaction. By restricting access, you preserve your energy for the things and people that truly matter. You give yourself the space to focus on your goals, your growth, and your well-being without unnecessary distractions. One of the key reasons to limit access is that not everyone understands or supports your journey. You may have big dreams, unique ideas, or personal goals that others simply don't see or appreciate. When you share too much with the wrong people, you open the door to criticism, doubt, and negativity. Their words can plant seeds of insecurity, making you second-guess yourself or lose confidence in your path. By being selective about who you share your life with, you shield yourself from those who might try to dim your light or derail your progress. It's also important to remember that access to your life is a privilege, not a right. People often feel entitled to know what's going on with you, especially if they're family, friends, or colleagues. But you are not obligated to share everything with everyone, no matter how close they are. True relationships are built on respect, trust, and understanding. The people who genuinely care about you will respect your boundaries and appreciate what you choose to share, rather than demanding more than you're willing to give. Limiting access doesn't mean isolating yourself or cutting people off without reason. It's about discerning who adds value to your life and who doesn't. There are people who genuinely uplift you, encourage you, and bring positivity into your world. These are the individuals who deserve access to your time, your thoughts, and your emotions. On the other hand, there are those who bring negativity, drama, or toxicity. It's okay to distance yourself from such individuals. It doesn't make you cruel or unkind, it makes you wise. You're simply choosing to prioritize your peace and protect your well-being. Another aspect of limiting access is learning to be comfortable with keeping your plans and goals to yourself. Not every idea needs to be announced, and not every dream needs to be shared. Sometimes the best way to achieve your goals is to work on them quietly and let the results speak for themselves. When you share your plans prematurely, you invite opinions, doubts, and unsolicited advice that can cloud your vision. By keeping certain things private, you give yourself the freedom to grow and succeed without interference. It's also worth noting that when you limit access, you maintain a sense of mystery and self-respect. People are naturally curious, and when they can't figure you out completely, it often commands respect. You don't need to explain yourself to everyone or seek validation for your choices. When you carry yourself with confidence and discretion, you create an aura of strength and independence that others can't help but notice. Limiting access helps you foster deeper, more meaningful connections with the people who truly matter. When you're not spreading yourself thin by trying to please everyone or sharing everything with the world, you can focus on nurturing the relationships that genuinely enrich your life. The people who remain close to you will feel valued, and you'll feel more fulfilled because your energy is being directed where it's most appreciated. Limiting access to your life is an act of self-love. It's about recognizing your worth and valuing your peace, your time, and your energy enough to protect them. It's about understanding that not everyone deserves a front row seat to your journey. Some people can only be trusted with a glimpse from a distance, and that's okay. Your life is yours to live, and you have the right to choose who gets to be a part of it. Taking control of your future is a profound act of self-empowerment that begins with a conscious decision to stop living passively and start taking deliberate actions toward the life you desire. The future is not something that simply happens to you. It is shaped by the choices you make today, the habits you form, and the mindset you cultivate. To take control of your future, you must first recognize that you hold the power to influence it, even when circumstances seem uncertain or beyond your control. The path forward begins with clarity, determination, and an unrelenting commitment to your goals. Clarity is essential when it comes to shaping your future. You cannot build a life of purpose and direction without first understanding what you truly want. This requires honest introspection, asking yourself what success means to you, what brings you fulfillment, and what kind of life you envision. It's easy to get swept up in societal expectations or the opinions of others, but taking control of your future means stepping back from external pressures and focusing on your own values and aspirations. Define your vision clearly, because a life without a clear purpose is like a ship adrift at sea, vulnerable to the whims of external forces. Once you've defined your vision, it's time to set specific goals. Goals act as the stepping stones that bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be. However, these goals must be realistic and actionable. Break them down into smaller, manageable steps to avoid feeling overwhelmed. Each small victory builds momentum, propelling you closer to your ultimate destination. Write your goals down, revisit them regularly, and adjust them as needed. Life is unpredictable, and flexibility is key, but never lose sight of your overarching vision. By focusing on what you can control, you create a sense of purpose and direction, even in the face of uncertainty. Taking control of your future also requires discipline. Discipline is the foundation upon which progress is built, and it demands consistency, even when motivation wanes. Motivation is fleeting, but discipline ensures that you keep moving forward, regardless of how you feel on any given day. It's about showing up for yourself, committing to your plans, and doing the work necessary to achieve your goals. This might mean waking up early, sacrificing short-term pleasures, or stepping out of your comfort zone to pursue opportunities that align with your vision. Discipline is the bridge between dreams and reality, and mastering it is essential for taking control of your future. Equally important is your mindset. The way you think about yourself, your potential, and your circumstances shapes your ability to take control of your life. A growth mindset, the belief that you can learn, improve, and adapt, enables you to see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than as obstacles. It fosters resilience, allowing you to bounce back from setbacks and continue moving forward. On the other hand, a fixed mindset, believing that your abilities and circumstances are unchangeable, can trap you in a cycle of self-doubt and inaction. To take control of your future, you must cultivate a mindset of possibility, where every failure is a lesson and every obstacle is an opportunity to grow stronger. Your habits also play a critical role in shaping your future. The small actions you take daily may seem insignificant in the moment, but they compound over time to create significant results. Positive habits, such as exercising regularly, reading, networking, or managing your time effectively, set the foundation for long-term success. On the other hand, negative habits, procrastination, excessive screen time, or neglecting self-care can derail your progress. Evaluate your current habits honestly and make the necessary changes to align them with your goals. Taking control of your future means being intentional about how you spend your time and ensuring that your actions reflect your priorities. Another key element is taking responsibility for your life. Blaming others, circumstances, or past experiences may feel justified, but it ultimately keeps you stuck in a cycle of victimhood. To take control of your future, you must acknowledge that while you cannot change the past, you have the power to shape your response to it and make better choices moving forward. This doesn't mean ignoring the impact of external factors, but rather refusing to let them define you. Take ownership of your decisions, your mistakes, and your successes. By doing so, you reclaim your power and position yourself as the author of your own story. Taking control of your future also involves surrounding yourself with the right people. The company you keep has a profound influence on your mindset, motivation, and opportunities. Surround yourself with individuals who uplift you, challenge you, and encourage your growth. Seek out mentors who can guide you, friends who inspire you, and communities that align with your values. At the same time, distance yourself from toxic influences, people who drain your energy, undermine your confidence, or distract you from your goals. The people you surround yourself with can either propel you forward or hold you back, so choose wisely. Finally, taking control of your future requires courage. It takes courage to pursue your dreams, to face uncertainty, and to take risks. It's natural to fear failure or rejection, but letting fear dictate your actions only keeps you trapped in a cycle of inaction. Courage doesn't mean you're fearless, it means you act despite your fears. Every step you take outside your comfort zone strengthens your ability to face challenges and seize opportunities. The future belongs to those who dare to take risks and believe in their ability to overcome whatever comes their way. By embracing clarity, discipline, responsibility, and courage, and by surrounding yourself with the right influences and habits, you lay the foundation for a future that is not only fulfilling but also entirely your own. Taking control of your future is not about waiting for the perfect moment or circumstances, it's about creating them through intentional action, resilience, and an unwavering belief in your ability to shape your destiny. Focusing on growth is a deliberate choice to prioritize personal development and self-improvement over stagnation or complacency. Growth is not just about external achievements or measurable successes. It is an ongoing process of becoming the best version of yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and professionally. It involves embracing change, seeking new opportunities to learn, and continually challenging yourself to evolve beyond your current limitations. Growth demands effort, discipline, and an open mind, but the rewards are transformative, leading to a more fulfilling and purposeful life. At its core, focusing on growth begins with self-awareness. You must take the time to reflect on who you are, where you are in life, and where you want to be. This involves being honest with yourself about your strengths and weaknesses, your habits, and the areas in which you can improve. Growth requires humility, the willingness to admit that you don't have all the answers, and that there is always room to learn and grow. It's not about comparing yourself to others, but about competing with the person you were yesterday. When you focus on growth, you shift your perspective from seeking perfection to striving for progress. One of the most important aspects of focusing on growth is adopting a mindset of continuous learning. The world is constantly changing, and those who remain adaptable and curious are better equipped to navigate life's challenges and opportunities. Learning is not confined to formal education or training. It is a lifelong process that involves seeking knowledge, gaining new skills, and broadening your perspective. Read books, take courses, engage in meaningful conversations, and expose yourself to diverse ideas and experiences. Every piece of knowledge you gain adds to your ability to grow and achieve more. Growth-oriented individuals are not afraid to ask questions, seek guidance, or admit when they don't know something. They see every moment as an opportunity to learn and improve. To focus on growth, you must also embrace discomfort. Growth rarely happens in comfort zones because real change requires effort and risk. It's easy to stay in situations where you feel safe and familiar, but growth demands that you step out into the unknown. Whether it's learning a new skill, taking on a challenging project, or facing a fear, growth happens when you push yourself beyond what you already know and do. Discomfort is a sign that you are stretching yourself, and while it may be uncomfortable in the moment, it ultimately leads to greater confidence and capability. Remember, every time you overcome a challenge or conquer a fear, you expand your capacity for future growth. Resilience is another critical component of focusing on growth. The journey of growth is not linear. It is often filled with setbacks, failures, and moments of doubt. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from these challenges and keep moving forward. When you focus on growth, you understand that failure is not the opposite of success, but a stepping stone to it. Each setback provides valuable lessons that help you refine your approach and build a stronger foundation for future success. Instead of being discouraged by obstacles, growth-oriented individuals view them as opportunities to develop resilience, problem-solving skills, and perseverance. Another essential part of focusing on growth is setting meaningful goals. Growth is intentional. It doesn't happen by accident. By setting clear, specific, and achievable goals, you give yourself a roadmap for progress. These goals should align with your values and long-term aspirations, providing a sense of direction and purpose. Break your goals down into smaller, actionable steps to make them more manageable and less overwhelming. Celebrate your progress along the way, no matter how small, because each step forward is a victory in the growth process. Goal setting also helps you measure your growth, giving you tangible evidence of how far you've come and motivating you to keep going. Surrounding yourself with the right people is equally important when focusing on growth. The people you spend time with have a significant impact on your mindset, motivation, and habits. Seek out individuals who inspire you, challenge you, and support your journey of self-improvement. These could be mentors, friends, or colleagues who encourage you to aim higher and hold you accountable to your goals. Conversely, distance yourself from negative influences, those who drain your energy, discourage your ambitions, or promote unhealthy habits. A growth-focused environment fosters positivity, collaboration, and mutual encouragement, helping you stay committed to your path. Focusing on growth also requires taking care of your mental, physical, and emotional well-being. Personal development is holistic, and neglecting any aspect of your well-being can hinder your progress. Cultivate habits that promote health and balance, such as exercising regularly, eating nutritious food, practicing mindfulness, and prioritizing rest. Taking care of your mental health is especially important, as growth requires a clear and focused mind. Develop strategies to manage stress, overcome self-doubt, and maintain a positive outlook. When you are in a state of balance and well-being, you are better equipped to tackle challenges and sustain long-term growth. Focusing on growth means giving yourself permission to evolve. It's natural to outgrow certain situations, relationships, or mindsets as you grow into the person you are meant to become. Embrace change and be open to new opportunities, even if they feel unfamiliar or uncertain. Growth often involves letting go of the past to make room for new possibilities. Trust in your ability to adapt and thrive in new circumstances. By allowing yourself to evolve, you honor your potential and create a life that aligns with your true self. Growth is a lifelong journey, and every step forward brings you closer to becoming the person you were meant to be.